Kick this video off, I want to go in by combing my client hair. It's been a minute since he had a haircut, so I want to get everything straight, bring everything forward. This my boy Unbreakable Kicks. It's a Chicago legend when it comes to the shoe game, so please like, share, subscribe, and let's get it. So my first step, I wanna go in with my Andes ZRs. I wanna cut with the grain. I need to see how low this is, because I know he wanted to go pretty much all even, but not too low. So I wanna set myself up with a nice foundation and a nice desired length. So we focused on that. Shout out to my boy Germ Boomin' for the banger. Y'all know how Germ give it up when it come to sampling, straight elevation, and bringing a different vibe to the channel. This Mr. Biggs and this R. Kelly. Y'all know this is one of the greatest duos to ever enter the R&B scene. So I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Germ Boomin', cause like Rick Ross say, it ain't the machine, it's the producer that create the movies. I appreciate you, brother. My next step is to go in using my gold Babeless FXs, and I'm gonna create a rainbow shape like towards the bottom of his sideburn and temple area to create some room to open up for a transition. My next step is to go completely open with my wall 1919s, giving myself a half of an inch towards the top area of the beard area and converting to a 1/16 guard completely open, nudging at this line to create more of a transition into his beard. That's the objective. Just keep everything consistent and let it happen by itself. And not completely close with the wall 1919s, nudging more with this line just so I can erase that first initial ball line. I need to bring it all the way together and then make sure that the beard is completely faded before moving to the top. My next step is to go up completely open, using my 1919s, giving myself a half of an inch, dropping them halfway here, and completely close here. And now I have it completely faded out. Not completely closed with my 1/16 and halfway here and fully open here. And as you guys see, the higher I go in the fade, the more I open my lever on my clippers. I'm just super comfortable and always brush one and fade one. And that's completely closed with a 1/8 guard. And the higher I go, I'm gonna nudge it open and open, and then dropped all the way back down with no guard, completely open, and just basically fading in and out that area in a 1.5 guard now to bring it all the way together. My next step is just to nudge at it using the corner of my teeth just to make sure that this transition is complete. My next step is to basically break into my nape area. I'm giving myself an entire inch, and I just basically want to open this area up because as you guys can see, the hair grows down the client's neck, further than the average. So you want to create a panel and create room to where you'll be able to see a nice transition. My next step is completely open with my wall 1919s, giving myself about another inch and just taking my time and creating a clean panel. My next step is with my 1/16 guard, and it's fully open, and I'm just flicking at this line. Sometimes you don't even need to overly, work yourself in certain areas. And as you guys can see, I'm creating a transition without even having it closed. It's still open, and that's the point of any fade. When you use the hilt of your blade, which is the back groove area of your blade, you're able to create transition without giving hard guidelines. and not completely closed right here.
While you at it, call a cab. It's obvious you're playing around. Go upstairs and get your
Same thing here, completely open, and I just want to make sure that I'm creating a nice transition. I'm debulking this area, and I'm bringing this transition all the way together. Y'all know neck tapers are super important to a lot of people, so they just want to make sure that they taper is clean all through and through. Right here, I'm halfway towards the bottom, and then I'm gonna go completely closed, and as you guys can see, I'll bring this transition all the way together. I'm super focused, I'm super locked in. I'm brushing one, I'm fading one, and I'm being consistent, and that's what you want to do with any client in your chair. That's how you create revenue, and that's how you create consistency within your clients.
It's 2 damn o'clock in the morning. Where you been?
Baby, didn't you get my two-way? I was with my girlfriend.
You alive?
And on this side, I just basically speed up everything. You guys can keep up step by step based on what I did in the last time. But to all of my newcomers, all my upcoming barbers, whether you a barber, whether you an artist, whether you just a mom, you a dad, or you just anybody who's just watching my video, I want you people to understand one thing. Learn how to speak life into yourself. Manifest everything that you say you're gonna do. One thing that I wake up and tell myself every day is what makes me special has yet to be determined or yet to be seen. You know, I am who you say I am. I'm not here to change your perception of me at all. I'm here to show the whole world that I'm cut from an entire different cloth. I want y'all to manifest words, and when you manifest words, those things come to life. And that's the thing, speak life in yourself, and I promise you, you're gonna be able to see all them roads through. Now I wanna just basically go in using my 1/16 guard, and I was flicking at, you know, the mustache area and the top hairs just so I can knock some of this hair out the way and prep it for a nice lineup.
Go upstairs, pack your bag.
My next step is to go in with some wrapping lotion, lot of body. A lot of people always ask me what I put in the hair for the curl sponge or how do I lay the hair down. I use lot of body wrapping lotion. It's a blue wrapping lotion, and I put it in the hair because this guy ain't had his hair cut in like 2 months or whatever. But as you guys can see, once I use a blow dryer and assist it with a brush, I'm gonna be able to bring all his hair forward. His taper gonna lay a little bit better, and this is just how you get a consistent flow of pulling your hair in one direction.
In the morning, where you been?
Baby, didn't you get my two-way? I was with my girlfriend.
You alive? I called Keisha and Tanya and they were both at home.
But I didn't say them no.
But they're the only friends I know. Go upstairs.
My next step is to go in with my M spritz, and I want to spray towards the edge of the lineup. I want to make sure and ensure that I'm freezing the hair on the tips of the lineup because it's some of the most important places you can put your holding spray or your spritz to lock the hair in. My next step is to go in with my Wall 1919s and float over the top of this hair. I want to make sure all of the frizzly legs, the roach legs, whatever you call them, is knocked off the top of the hair, and all of the hair is smooth as possible and brought forward. I go in with my Barber's FXs, hitting my straightaways, and as soon as I get to the tip of the ear, I'm using the corner of my blade to work myself all the way around that corner, keeping everything consistent, intact, and solidifying hard lines.
I got something for you.
Same thing repeated on this side, doing my verticals, hit the tip of the ear, and then I'm converting to the corner of my blade to work myself around.
I was with my girlfriend.
Next step is hitting the back of the beard. This is basically, you know, my blueprint right here. I'm framing out. Framing out is what's setting me up for that kill shot. And y'all know on my channel, that's all I do. I set myself up for the next step. That was always a part of everything that I always did, was try to show you guys how to solidify super clean lines throughout y'all lineups by basically framing out. Repeating the same steps using the Barber's FXs, creating hard lines, solidifying myself and framing out. Next step is I basically adjust his head, and I want to work my way from the middle to the left. I want to set myself up for a clean straight line. I'm breaking myself in super soft at first, and then I just slowly but surely convert, to do my verticals. I'm creating a soft slash hard line because this client is sit super still, so it's like the lines can be prominent but super soft as well, just so I can make sure that all my points and all my curves are lined up, accurately and consistently. Doing my Chicago C's here, just keeping everything clean. Repeating the same steps here, starting back from the middle, working my way all the way to the right. Brushing one, keeping everything consistent, tapping and going and letting my trimmers do majority of this work. Now dropping down to do my vertical bars and let these clean up as much of this vertical area as possible. And doing my C's here too, using the corner of my blade to basically arc and curve that corner in. Tapping and going, because my clippers are super sharp, I can't press, so I gotta really just tap and go. My next step is to go in with my boy Sean Cut's hair color enhancement card, assisting it with my product, the Beam Team Cordless Compressor, and my color No Drip. And I'm basically, hitting the lineup with some color, bringing it to life, giving it some pop, giving it some flair, taking it to another level. My boy been down for 2 months, and this is my job right here. My job is to come in and create real clean, solidified lines. My next step is to go in with my Barber Magic Pencil, and I'm basically concealing this lineup, and I want to make sure that every part about this lineup is super, super, super intact, but super clean. So with creating this line with the concealer is basically gonna help me give the lineup some type of contrast, some type of crispy look or whatever. And this helps my Kodak moments in the shop. My next step is to go in using my Babyliss FX trimmers, and when I hit this line, I'll be able to blend this line. It's the same thing as a woman using a blending brush when blending out her concealer. I'm just using things that I see in other, industries and combining it with mine to ultimately get an amazing look. And that's what I do on the Beam Team channel. I show y'all, how to shift into a different lane. My next step is to lean your client back, angle that razor at a 45-degree angle, bring everything to its highest point, because my client likes his beard super wide, super full. So I'm just taking my time and slowly but surely, bringing this thing all the way together. Cleaning above the cheek, bringing all of that hair down. Then I'm gonna get my whisk, I'ma dust it off to see it for what it truly is. And y'all know what I stated on my channel, cleanliness is next to godliness. So we go back in for a second round, and we wanna make sure that the line is super intact and everything is super clean. Just remember, take your time, be super precise, be super careful, because you are dealing with an exposed razor. If you're dealing with a razor like this, I like my razor super exposed, just so I'm able to hit every hair. I want to make sure that I can shift majority of the hairs, but also efficiently cut through them. The razor blades that I do use in my handle are Dorco Primes, the blue box. I feel like they're the sharpest ones if they're the breakable razors. So just make sure that y'all take y'all time and efficiently get through these, beard lineups if you want to freehand a beard. It's not easy at all, but we just keep everything consistent by even clearing the top panel and then eventually breaking into the next section. Dust it off with that whisk and we back at it. And I just think that it's super dope that I'm one of the only channels on here that do beards, strictly straight razor. I don't like putting my trimmers on nobody's face. I hate, putting the trimmers on their face. I just don't like how the lineups come out with the trimmers on the face. Bringing everything back to that line, and look at that, super clean, man, super clean, super prominent. And now hitting the front of the lineup, bringing everything down just to ensure that the lineup is as clean as possible and everything is fully intact and is super precise. Now hitting the tips of the mustache area just to make sure that I'm able, to get a nice mustache lineup above the lip and right on top of the lip.
I got something for you. Busted, it's 2 damn o'clock in the morning. Where you been?
Baby, didn't you get my two?
My next step is to go in with my straight razor, adjust this beard line just a tad bit, and hit the top of the mustache and now under the beard.
But they're the only friends I know.
Go go in with a pick, bring everything forward or towards me, and use my wall 1919 to basically shift and, you know, shape this beard. Give it some more life, give it some cleanliness, clean up them loose hairs.
You're playing around. Go upstairs and get your out of here now.
In the year 2021, there's not much that we could do as barbers but help our clients out. Clients do go 2-3 months without haircuts, and y'all know how I give it up on my channel. We come here to change lives and shake lives back. Without further ado, let's lock in. Hashtag TBT in that comment section, hashtag Glacier Gang. We fully focused this year. We're completely locked in. We're shaking everybody back this year. The transformations to me, and it's finna get super ugly. Y'all heard that. It's year the transformations. We locked in, we super focused, we shaking them back. If you was able to make it through this 16 to 17 minute video, I promise you, I appreciate you so much, and may God bless. Y'all heard him. He said he ain't need that mirror. Let me know what y'all think about that one in the comment section.